Hi all, it's CJ here. I hope you're all doing as well as you can be. A puppy dog. You'll be a good boy. Sorry I've been missing. It's been a difficult time. I started feeling ill over Christmas. Left it too long as usual, and the doctor said he thought I had kidney stones due to the amount of pain I was struggling with on top of my usual severe pain. I then had a fall, the worst one I've had yet. Got up, went to the loo, it was dark, and 1 minute I'm standing and the next minute I've hit the wall and cracked my head on the wall, my back and the base of my spine. Laid on the floor for a while to try and work out what the heck had just happened. Tried to take it easy for the rest of the day, which I don't find easy at the best of times. I'm not saying I go charging around doing tons of stuff, I don't. But I try to keep moving because staying in one place just seems to set my joints, and I can't even bear being in pain, in bed. I hate going to bed at night because even though I've got a really comfortable mattress, staying in one position for any length of time, in the mornings, I'm like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. I can barely move. So I've tried to make this video so many times, I can't tell you. So I had the fall on the Tuesday, and then throughout the day my breathing got worse and worse and worse, and I was really, really struggling to get any air in at all. Please bear with me throughout this because this is difficult. And I'm not feeling sorry for myself, I just been struggling. Had the fall. I can't remember when my battery went flat on my car because it's all a mess in my head. So I rang 111 to speak to them, and they insisted on calling out an ambulance. Excuse me. I hate having ambulances out. I've lost count of the amount of times I've been in an ambulance. But I don't ever feel worthy of having that ambulance because I always feel there's got to be somebody in more need than me. And it goes back to childhood of don't cause problems, be quiet. I'll go into that one day, but not today. So I went into A&E. Oh, that's right. When the ambulance came out, they said my blood pressure was sky high, which everything's low with me. My temperature is always low or on the low side. My blood pressure is always on the low side. My heart rate is low. And the paramedic said, your blood pressure's way too high. So I said, well, what is it? And he said, too high. And I said, no, well, what's the figures? And he said, too high. So I had to go into hospital. due to the breathing issues, the consultant I saw, he was fantastic. I cannot fault the NHS, other than the waiting times, which the doctors and nurses, that's not their fault. So the consultant said to me, he thought I may have fractured a rib in the fall and it had pierced my lung and it was slowly seeping. So he wanted me to have a chest x-ray. So I waited and had that done, and that was all clear, so that was good. And so they chucked me out at 2:30 in the morning. I was 62 on Saturday, and I had no way to get home. So I rang my son, woke him up, and said, I don't suppose you could pick me up from outside the hospital, could you? So he was great, he came and picked me up. And then, still not feeling right, trying to rest, but again, it's a struggle for me to rest. And I'm trying to remember which way it all happened. I was having severe pain behind this eye, like a stabbing pain behind this eye, and severe, puppy dog, shh, good boy, severe pain in my lower back. So my GP wanted me to go into hospital, and I said, no, I don't want to go into hospital. And she started telling me I could, no, please. I could end up paralysed due to this fall. I could end up paralysed if I wasn't careful. That I could have a bleed on the brain, causing this pressure on my eye. And I said I'd think about it. Well, 10 minutes later, the doctor rang me back, and doctors don't ring you back. She rang me back and said, you need to make your way to hospital. I said, I can't. I mean, my children are at work, and I've got a flat battery on my car, so I can't drive myself there. So she made me repeat back to her that I could have a bleed on the brain, which could mean, I could die. And the pain in my lower back, I could end up paralysed. And I said, yes, I understand. I completely understand what you're saying, but I really don't want to go into hospital. And she made me repeat word for word exactly what she had said to me. Which kind of puts things into perspective, doesn't it? So, again, emergency ambulance. I tried to explain to the paramedics that I don't want an ambulance and I don't want to go into hospital. And the paramedic said to me, well, who called the ambulance? And I said, well, my doctor. And he said, well, there you are then. Did my blood pressure sky high. This time they did tell me what it was, but brain fog, I can't remember. But it was too high. So they took me in and did a CAT scan. So all the 8 or however many it is earrings all had to come out. Had the CAT scan and had to wait for the results. And whilst waiting for the results, they took me to the acute assessment unit, and I did panic then. I've just had a CAT scan, and they're taking me to the acute assessment unit, and I'm thinking, this is not good. I have spent time in the acute assessment unit when I was heavily pregnant with my daughter. And the acute assessment unit is where they're watching you constantly. You're in this kind of, not exactly a circle, but in the middle is the nurse's station, and they can see each bed. And I remember when I was pregnant, I was begging them for me, could I just lay down? And they were, well, do you care about your baby? Yeah, I just want to... I've been had to sit upright for, I can't remember how long it was. Anyway, back to where was I? Second ambulance, acute assessment unit. Consultant comes out to me and says, I mean, I couldn't even think up a joke. Normally, you know, if I'd had a CAT scan, I would say something like, did you find a brain? Or, you know, this time I didn't. I was concerned what they'd found and why I was there. Excuse me a sec. So, had to wait for the results. They were all okay, so you just booted out again. And luckily, I'm so lucky, my daughter came and picked me up this time. And ever since, I've been feeling unbelievably poorly. It was my birthday on Saturday, and I woke up and I couldn't breathe. Really, really seriously struggling to breathe. I was scared, and I don't get scared because I'm so well versed in my illness, how I react. I don't know why the heck I'm crying. But I've never had to deal with high blood pressure before. So I didn't know how to get my blood pressure down. I couldn't get enough air in. Thank goodness my daughter came, and she was just incredible. She was absolutely incredible. I've never panicked, even when I thought there may be a bleed on my brain. I wasn't, you know, I was... But anyway, my birthday morning, I just could not breathe. I could not get the air in. And I just didn't want another ambulance. I just couldn't face the thought of another ambulance. So my daughter stayed with me, got me calm, and it took all morning, but we got my breathing back to something like normal. And now I think I've got another urine infection. It's been just such a struggle. Really weak. I can barely move. I know I need to rest to try and get better, but so that's where I've been. And little puppy dog's gone to sleep, so I don't want to pick him up and disturb him. So I just wanted to pop on and let you know what's been happening and why I haven't been around. And I will be back. I will definitely be back. I think I just need to try and rest up a bit more. So, excuse me a sec. Oh, that's right, because of my shaking. They put it down to white coat syndrome. Couldn't get through to them. It's not white coat syndrome, it's I shake. And the harder I try not to shake, the more I shake. I can't stop or start shaking on command. It's one of those things, it happens. But as soon as people notice, it gets worse. And the stronger I grip my hands on my arm to try and stop the shaking, the more it happens. So it's been a rough few weeks. I will be back. Sorry. I will be back, and I hope you're all okay, as well as you can be anyway. I've missed you all. Fingers crossed, no more ambulances. So I'll be back again soon. And I'll leave it there. Namaste, my gorgeous friends. God bless. Take care. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.